No. We got two things today, huh?
Yep. Let's do a retake.
All right. Okay, and then we've got ground flax seeds. So, oh, and I forgot this, the shallots. So little shallots, which of course are your little onions, they're supposed to be a lot milder than your regular onions. If you don't have shallots, don't go out and buy them. Just use your regular, like a white onion, yellow onion, red onion. Their shallots are supposed to be a lot milder than your onions, but for some reason this year, and I don't know if it's just COVID and things are growing differently, or I don't know, but a lot of times when I'm starting to slice into the shallots, they're making me, like, my eyes tear up in water. So they're very, very strong, which usually don't have that happen. So I'm going to add in the shallots. So just chop it up. All right, and then of course ground flax seeds. And then just nice blender. Maybe if I plugged it in, that would help. Check on it. It's toasted up nicely. You just want to let it blend a little bit because you've got the ground flax seeds in there. So it's kind of nice to make sure that it's, it's blended up and it's mixing in those flax seeds. There's one thing I've noticed with the flax seeds, if you don't get them really ground up, like if you got yours in the squeeze bottle, it'll actually plug the little nozzle on the top. I'll see that happen every once in a while. But of course, just shake the bottle, start over. Good. Good. Got some tartness to it, which is good. And a little bit of like acid, which is really nice. It'll be really good with the salad because you've got the spinach, you've got pasta and things like that. So you need something that has nice flavor. Just grab a little disc so it'll be easier to show. It's not going to be a smooth dressing, not like the normal dressing you get with the Dijon, because you've got the stone ground mustard in there. So you're always going to have a little bit of the chunkiness, but it is so good. Make sure I get all the mustard out of there. Here. All right, Penny. Looking for food. Here is the stone ground mustard. So I'll pull it out. So you can see it's chunky because of the stone ground mustard part of it, but it's also thick, which is really nice because when we're going to put it on the pasta and the spinach and stuff, it's going to hold really well. And it's not going to just all go to the bottom. There we go. So that's ready. Check my, looking good. All right. Just something off the screen so I can see that. All right, perfect. Okay, so we're going to be making, so I've already done the lentil pasta because I want it to be cold, or at least cooler. So I've got the lentil pasta. So you could use any pasta you want. This is just one that, these are the fun new pastas they have out there. This one is made with lentils, rice, and peas. So that's 20 grams of protein. So if you're looking for the protein, but we get so much of that and things like that anyway. So it's called Modern Table Penne. It was one of the ones that we found. I think we got it at King Soopers actually. So King Soopers or Kroger's here carries it. And then there's like Safeway carries it, all kinds of different ones. So this one is a really good one. You definitely don't want to overcook. So like some pastas and stuff will hold up if you overcook them, they're just mushy. These will actually fall apart. Any of the ones that are made like with corn or lentils and stuff, they will start falling apart if you cook them too much. But this one's a nice one if you can find the modern. I've seen it on Amazon also. Like Amazon, of course, has everything. Not advertising for them at all, but these are kind of nice. It's nice when you're looking at this lentils, rice, and peas. So just cooked it 8 to 10 minutes on boiling. So, and then I just it's, you know, of course you're not supposed to rinse it. Because I was going to store it a little bit in the refrigerator, I put a little bit of rinse on it. So I'm going to actually add, I'll do the first things I'll do is the chickpeas, of course. So we've got the regular garbanzo beans. So out of a can, they were no salt. We do that. And I just rinsed and drained them and then just put them in the bowl. So got chickpeas. If you don't like chickpeas, you could use like cannellini white beans. You could use, you know, any type of different flavor of that, or just leave the bean type of a product and stuff out. You could put lentils would be another thing that you could use, which would be good. All right, so we got the chickpeas, olives. It actually says green olives, but couldn't find any green olives in stores. Like I said, with COVID, sometimes you find things and you can get them and sometimes you can't. So we had black olives, so I just added the black olives. And the good thing too is they're actually carrying black olives with low sodium now. So the sodium content in the olives is way low, which is really nice. Just put those in. I just sliced them up, but you could buy them pre-sliced if you wanted to. And then we've got the shallots. So shallots, same thing. Oh, Amazon. That's where you're gonna hear the dogs barking. So just a little bit, you know, just little slices of shallots. If you don't like onions, then don't put them in there, but it gives us a nice little flavor with it. And then we've got sun-dried tomatoes. So I'm not gonna add all these. So what I did with the sun-dried tomatoes, you know, they come in the regular packs, just like this. So you can get these in all the grocery stores, just regular sun-dried tomatoes, and you don't have to worry about the oil or anything else in there. This brand is California Sun-Dried. These are smoked. If you ever using these for like a pasta or something, the smoked is delicious. I did just the regular ones on the salad, but the smoked ones, especially like if you make your own homemade quesadillas or you put this into garbanzo beans and make a hummus, the smoked, delicious. So those over there. All right, so we got that. So all I did is just take the sun-dried tomatoes and then I just soaked them. And of course they've been soaking overnight, but you don't have to soak them that long. And that way they puff back up. So I'm gonna grab some of them and that makes them really soft. And then I'm gonna chop them up. So just gonna give it a nice rough chop. And that way you're not getting these really big pieces of sun-dried tomatoes. You're just getting little pieces that mix in with everything else. So kind of play with it. So I said a half a cup, but you know, if you don't want that many sun-dried tomatoes, then just put, you know, just enough to give the flavor. Just a little bit more. And the cool thing about it too is once you soak the sun-dried tomatoes, save the water that they've been soaking in and use it. So you could have added it as into the dressings, like the dressing that we made with the mustard and everything. So you could add it as a flavor. So it gives you that sun-dried tomato flavor, which is just really good. You could add it. Another place you could add is if you're going to make like some type of a soup, then you could use the sun-dried tomato water, which is really good. Don't waste. Okay, that's enough for those. All right, so we've got those all in there. Okay, and then we're going to add this. So we're going to add the spinach, the basil, and the pasta. So the spinach is that Jerry bought and stuff in the store is huge. I mean, the leaves are huge. So I thought instead of actually, you know, worrying about eating those huge pieces like that, I'm going to actually just kind of give it a rough chop, because in that way, when it mixes with the pasta, it's just got a really nice taste instead of getting a big old chunk of spinach. I mean, if you're going to saute it down, great size, but this is more just for salad. So just a rough chop, make for the pieces, add that in. Some big pieces, some small pieces. Let me check that. Cook a little bit. Just make sure it's good. Grab it all, just kind of grab it into a little pile, and just give it a nice little rough chop, kind of back and forth. And then play with it too. You could add, because it says that the 4 cups, but you could actually, you could add less, you could add more, you could mix in. I used to never like arugula, but I do now. So arugula salads are really good. So so we would have had like half arugula, half spinach would have been really good too. Just a nice way to kind of mix up things. And what you could do with this too, like say that's tomorrow, if you didn't add the pasta into it and you just made everything else, you could actually put this on like if you have a baked potato or something like that, you could just add that in. So I think that's probably good. I'll just do just a little bit more and then I'll use the rest tomorrow. Next tomorrow I'm in a chopped event. Chef AJ, if you guys haven't signed up for Chef AJ's YouTube channel, she's this whole
Facebook
week.
too.
Is what?
It's on Facebook too.
It's on Facebook too. So she was giving me the YouTube link, but it's actually, if you go to her Facebook and look for Chef AJ, she's doing a week, this whole week of having chefs. It's like a chopped event, so it gives you like
Iron
secrets.
Chef.
It's what?
Iron Chef.
Iron Chef. It's kind of like a chopped event too, but so you get to get the secret ingredients and you get to put stuff together and figure out. You get to talk about it, and so it's going to be Dylan, who's can't remember the name of his company but he's out of like the Seattle area and stuff. So he's going to be the one that him and I are competing tomorrow, which is really fun. But it's a fun event. It's not like you're out, you lose, you don't, none of that kind of stuff. So,
What
all
time?
right.
What time?
It's at so it'd be 11 o'clock PST, so Pacific Standard Time. So here it'd be noon, and then just take the time up. So it'd be 1 o'clock at Central and 2 o'clock at Eastern. 11, 12, 1. No, 1. I'm off. Figure 11 Pacific time. Just remember that. All right, so I'm adding the pasta in. If it clumps, just unclump it. Yep, so I don't know what my secret ingredients are yet. Jerry knows. He's keeping it a secret. Him and Chef AJ have been conversing, so I'll get to look at the ingredients and figure out really quickly within an hour what I'm cooking tomorrow. Okay. Wash my hands a little bit. Okay, get this out of the way. So the last thing we add is the basil. So basil that you get. One of the things too is when you get basil and you buy it like this, I'm just going to do a couple leaves because they're big, really big. Then what you can do is then I take it like this and I actually, whenever I have it left over, and if I know I'm not doing something soon, I put it in a baggie and I freeze it. So then if I'm making pasta, like a pasta sauce or something like that, I can just grab out a whole bunch of it and put it in the pasta sauce, and it's wonderful. So good way to keep your basil, because basil doesn't last long on your counters. It'll go bad pretty quick. So all I did was just took the basil, wrapped up the 2 leaves, kind of like I guess the old cigars type thing. And then I'm just going to give it I call it a chiffonade cut. So it's just a really small, I'll show you here in a second, little ribbon cut. And I'll just kind of chop it up a little bit for pieces. So it just gives a nice little cut of the basil. So it's called the chiffonade. So add that in. If you don't like basil, don't add it. So before I do anything else to the salad, so the black olives just show up. That's what it looks like before I do anything else to it. To get the nice colored pasta, because it's got the chickpeas and the lentils and stuff, so it's the red lentils, so it looks really pretty. So it's a great salad to take to events or before everything else with COVID hit and people are starting to stay away from events again. All right, check my eggplant. Looking good. Need to turn it. So I'll show you what it looks like. So right there, it's starting to get all nice and brown. So and it's also, you can feel it. It's really kind of crunchy, which is really nice. So not recommending doing it with your fingers, but I have tough fingers now from all the cooking. So just switch them around like that so I can get a little bit more brown on the other side. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit again. All right. So we've got the salad ready. So we'll go ahead and put the dressing on. Give it a quick little stir. And the nice thing about it too is just kind of drizzle the dressing on. So what you're going to find is by drizzling it on and then mixing it together, you're not going to need as much dressing as you normally would in the other situation. So I'm going to grab some gloves real quick. Do that. Just helps. If I'm home by myself, don't do the gloves, but helps a little bit when I'm doing the classes. So keeps me from getting so messy. So just kind of get in there, massage it in a little bit. Don't get too rough with it because you want, and sometimes you'll have to separate it just a little bit because the dressing's going to clump onto something. But just get in there and really mix it. Separate your dressing, separate everything, the sun-dried tomatoes. And by doing this too, even though the dressing's thick, if you had a thinner dressing, it actually keeps the dressing from pooling on the bottom of your salad, which is really nice. I always think nothing worse than when you're getting a big bite of the lettuce at the bottom and stuff, and it's just been drenched in balsamic. To me, it's not my favorite. Okay, the way you know that you've got enough dressing, of course, is to taste the lettuce. Need a little bit more. Give it a nice little toss so I don't break down the pasta. Take my time. We're good for time. All right. Big piece. That's perfect. Okay. Off goes the glove. And I still have enough dressing for probably a whole nother salad. So you keep that off to the side. Let's put that over there. Grab the bowl. And then we'll get the sandwich made. Oh, let me go ahead and do this first. I'm going to actually slice the bread because I want to toast up some bread. So this one, pretty looking bread. Actually, you bought it already sliced. Thank you.
Yep.
Forget the phone, forget the other stuff. Yay, thank you. I was going to slice it all up. So this is like perfect because this is like perfect slices. And I don't have to worry about measuring out the slices. But this one is called Seedsational. So it's by Sprouts. So it's one of the like the healthy food stores that we have here, kind of like a Whole Foods type thing. Seedy and wholesome, but it's made with 3 main ingredients: flour, water, and sea salt. So it's dairy approved, doesn't have any oil or anything like that. But it's just a really pretty, because I wanted something that was pretty for the sandwiches. So lots of seeds. That's wonderful. All right, scissors, knife. So I'm going to grab out just some of the bread. So I'm going to get some toasted. That. Get a couple more slices that we'll put off to the side. Pretty slice, yay! I saved a whole bunch of time. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to dish up the salad. It's so pretty, all the colors. Like I said, if you wanted to add the smoked sun-dried tomatoes, that would be really good in here too. The pasta is really pretty too, just because it has a little bit of that, kind of like almost a salmon or a peach color versus just a regular white pasta.
Lots of vitamins and minerals.
Hmm?
Lots of vitamins and minerals.
Yep, lots of really good things for you. Especially because, like I said, it was lentils, rice, and peas. Okay, I'm gonna add. That's that. And then, because when I do the sandwich, I'm gonna put a little bit of bowl of salad next to it. black olives. Was I messing things up there? That's pretty. Get all the goodies out. You mix them all in. You want to make sure you get them all out. All right, let's get them. We'll put this to the side. Put this over here. Room. All right, so we got the mayo, so I'm going to wait for the bread here in a second. Baby breads.
The middle has bigger ones.
Hmm?
The middle has bigger slices.
That's okay. We'll actually just cut that in half. Make little sandwiches. So we'll make little slider sandwiches. All right, get this out of the way. So I'm going to do that first. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to put the mayo. So like for Jerry, I'll make two. I'll end up making two of them. And be, you know, don't worry about the, as far as, you know, being exact on the bread. If it kind of squishes over a little bit, it only makes the sandwich look prettier. Flip that around with both sides. Okay, then we've got lettuce, sprouts, avocado. Get the avocado ready. Wonderful avocado. They're all good right now. I always show this too, just so you have it. We use it all the time. Avo saver. So ABO saver. You can get them on Amazon. You can just, so if you take the one with the actual pit on it, you just fit it into the pit side here, and then you give it a nice little wrap like that, and you put it back in the fridge. And it gets, maybe the little edges and stuff might get just a little bit brown and stuff, but it'll keep for days in your fridge, and then you have this great avocado that's all ready to go. I'll throw that in there. Grab a big spoon. Go right at the edges. Grab your avocado out. That, perfect. And just do nice little slices. And one thing too, like sometimes it'll stick to your knife. So just grab, like when I'm doing like here, just put your finger on it and it'll keep your slices together. And then do like a little squish to get your slices like that. All right, so lettuce, beautiful lettuce, red leaf. That. Have the so I have not the avocado, the eggplant. I'm going to put the 2 pieces on there. That. Then you have tomatoes, so fresh sliced tomatoes. That. Then you have avocado. Get some of the nice slices that are always in the middle. I'll actually do this on this side like that. And then nice sprouts. Got broccoli sprouts. If you don't like sprouts, leave them off. But sprouts are really good for you. that. All right, so then got sprouts everywhere. Add that to the sandwich like that. I've got my little pasta salad. Like that. Throw these in the there. I think I'll do it this way. So you can see the lettuce and everything. So there is your eggplant BLT with harissa mayo. So there's one side. I'll show you the other side too, because it has the avocado that's sticking out there. Doesn't that look good? It's like yum. And then this beautiful, get my hand under it, Mediterranean pasta salad. So there's dinner tonight. You guys jealous? Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed. Come back and see us in 2 weeks. We've got a bunch of really, really good recipes coming up. But Jerry's, I see the drool going off to the side of the cheeks already. So I think he's ready for dinner.
Yep. Looks delicious.
All right. Looks delicious. Good luck tomorrow with the Iron Chef. Thank you. Thank you. I'm a little nervous, but I had to go against the very first time I ever did it. I went against Chef AJ at our summit and with like no planning, etc. And I won the entree, she won the dessert, which was all great. And it was a lot of fun. So she says that a lot of chefs and stuff won't do the Iron Chefs or the top events, but they're actually a lot of fun. Even if you don't win, it's still fun. You get to learn a lot. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening and love you.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Hey, is that Dylan Holmes that you're going to be competing with?
Is the what?
Is it Dylan Holmes?
Yeah,
Yes.
he has a company.
Yeah, he's
Well,
selling
your
certain
world.
products and things.
I
Yeah.
think it's called Well Your World.
Yep, that's exactly who it is. Yep.
Yeah.
It was going to be Josh
Okay.
Thacker first, who was the Forks Over Knives, but I guess it's but then she dropped and so I got Dylan. So it'll be fun.
It will be fun. Is she going to tape it?
Yep.
Because I know on hers it's recorded.
They will all be taped. Yep, she's got ones up there already of she had 2 Spanish ladies go against each other. That was really fun. She did a couple of raw chefs that went against each other. And so there's been different ones all week. And then there's some over the weekend too.
We'll have to look it up. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.